Okay. Peace, audience, for Yah righteousness, Jerusalem, and the Holy See. Peace to our national audience and our international audience. And here today, we're going to talk about diet, and we're going to basically finish off, summarize, okay? All of the shows that we've done now for about 3 years. And today I'm going to answer the question that Mark asked me in the very first show that we did in 2006. It aired August 2006 here in Chicago. Hopefully that show will be on Mark's site that he set up for Yah Righteousness soon, and in the www.themosthigh.us site. That show aired in 2006. It was fulfillment of chapter 33 Isaiah. That's when Yah lifted himself up, when the descendants of Esau were hewing Lebanon down. Many of you probably know, and for you out there that not aware, that the descendants of Esau basically just destroyed Lebanon back in from July to August in 2006, 34 days, and that was the fulfillment of Isaiah chapter 33. And at that time, when they were in Lebanon, hewing it down, disregarding no man, dropping over 1 million cluster bombs, that's when Yah, our righteousness, lifted himself up, his arm, Yah, our righteousness. So today is April the 24th, 2009, and this is like a culmination of 6 shows that we've done, and which 4 were specifically dealing with dispelling the Christian myth. And just an addendum to that, as I mentioned on the previous show, part 4, and I've mentioned on a few other shows in the past, the image of Nebuchadnezzar, the 4 kingdoms of man, the stone coming out of the mountain, cut out without hands, Daniel chapter 2, verse 1 to verse 49. When you see this image that represents the 4 kingdoms of men that started with the Babylonian Chaldean kingdom, about 606 BCE, that's when they came and got the first group of Hebrew Israelites, of which Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were part. And as the world came through these 4 kingdoms, and now it's down here in the feet and toes, part iron, part clay. And Yah has raised up Yah righteousness. He has cut it out, raised it up. As Mark just asked me before we started this taping, he said, "Now, who did you learn from anybody?" He asked me that in the very first show. And I told him, no, it was Yah that has given me this knowledge, this understanding. It has nothing to do with any wisdom or intelligence that I had more than anybody else. But it's just that Yah wanted his truth to be told. Basically the same thing that Daniel said to Nebuchadnezzar when he told Nebuchadnezzar in his court the dream of Nebuchadnezzar and the interpretation thereof. Yah is the only one who can get credit for this. Like I said on the very first show in August of 2006, there is no educational facility on the earth that you can go to other than Yah righteousness to get this understanding. Now you have many movements out, you have many watchmen, as it's spoken of in Isaiah chapter 52. Right now the watchmen are not in agreement. They're not seeing eye to eye. But they will see eye to eye when the prophecy that Yah righteousness has put forth, and it's in this book, and we've spoken on it about 3 times previous in other shows, and that prophecy is before 2016, the descendants of Esau that are in Israel today, calling themselves the descendants of Israel, and they've been there since 1897. In 1948, the name of Israel was brought back into the world, as it was prophesied of in Malachi chapter 1. Sons of Esau returned, and they are building and have been building the desolate wastes as they are at this very day, which again is a violation of some of these UN resolutions, 242, whatnot. They've never stopped building, and that was the prophecy that they would build. That's prophecy fulfilled. But Yah said he would throw down on them, Malachi chapter 1, and they would be called the borders of wickedness, as they are today. But we would see and we would say, Yah shall be magnified from the borders of Israel. And with that, before 2016, the judgment on the descendants of Esau, that's talked about in Obadiah, that one chapter. In Jeremiah chapter 49, about verses 7 through 22, is going to take place, and that has to happen. It's also in Isaiah, the judgment upon them. Chapter 35, it's also spoken in, not chapter 35, chapter 34 Isaiah, and chapter 35 Ezekiel. It's also spoken of in chapters 28, 29, 30, 31, through those chapters there, 32, 33, the prophecies on Esau concerning Zion, Jerusalem, this movement, the Yah righteousness movement. And that prophecy has to be fulfilled before 2016, that they would be judged, they would be run out of the land of Israel into their old borders south of the Dead Sea, where Yah would bring their judgment upon them for all that they have done. And it would only be widows and children left, okay? Not in their land, but those widows and children will be left in the land of Israel, the few that are left. But the rest that will run down into the old borders of Esau will be judged and destroyed. And after that takes place, that's when the monarchies are going to come and get Yah righteousness with the elite of the earth. That's Isaiah chapter 60, that's Isaiah chapter 52. And they will come and get us, because simultaneously, as we've spoken of, Yah is bringing judgment on the earth, like according to the coming out of Egypt. Micah chapter 7, starting at verse 15 to the end. Now, these things have to happen before 2016, and they're going to happen. So with that, just wanted to put that out there, and something else that I'm going to say before this show ends, basically to lay out the format of what's going to take place on this earth until the whole earth is the kingdom of Yah. But as we've spoken of in some of the previous shows, we were going to talk about this diet, which is real essential to mankind. We had some articles here we've taken out of basically the Chicago Sun-Times. I think one or two might be out of Chicago Tribune. This article here is Sunday, April 19, 2009. New cancer treatment focus, control, not cure. Okay? New cancer treatment, control, not cure. So they're not concerned anymore about curing cancer. It's been said they've got a cure for it. But again, you have to realize, if they brought and introduced a cure to mankind, then all of the monies that they acquire from research, contributions, donations would end. Okay? You'd have many doctors and researchers and all the people that's associated with that, they would be without a job, or they'd be making a lot less money. So maybe that's why they don't want to come up with a cure.